Hello everyone, welcome to the Sprint 2 retrospective of Team Rush Hour. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss about the retrospective of our sprint and what went well within the sprint, what did not go well within the sprint, and the action items which we need to consider so that the next sprint can be made a little bit better than the previous sprints. So myself, Ratan Jainad, I'm the team leader, Scrum Master, and the full stack developer of the team.
Myself, Avnash Manchala. I'm working as a full stack developer and UI/UX designer of our team.
Myself, Kaundinya Badaparthi, and working as a full stack developer. And yeah, I'll deal with the front end and back end and database of our application.
Myself, Saira Mandala. I'm a full stack testing engineer.
This is Pranay, and I'm the lead AI/ML developer for the team.
Hi, this is Uday. I'm AI/ML engineer cum tester.
Hi, this is Murli Kumari and I am AML engineer and tester.
Hi, my name is Sujit Suprabhat Tukki. I'll be working as a full stack tester and quality assurance manager.
So guys, welcome everyone. So we are pretty evident about how this entire process goes. So you guys know about the user stories, how they went, and what are the things which you are lacking behind. So firstly, put in what went well and what did not go well, and you're free to like or dislike the things which you have liked or not liked within this particular sprint. So you can start putting your points.
Okay.
Guys, if you like a particular point, you can like them as well. Feel free to like them. Or you can put in what did not go well as well. So, guys, you can just uh, like dislike the things which you have don't like. You can tell me once you guys are done. We can have the discussion. So you guys are done then? Just reply me with an yes or no.
Yeah, I was done.
Okay, considering so everybody has put in their points, like we'll have a discussion. So Sai has put in that good team communication for resolving the issues. That's a good thing to hear. So I feel that the team has been gelling well as well. So that's a good thing. So that ultimately help us to uh, complete off the project in a better way. Yeah, adaptability. So Sujit mentions that some team members continued working through the spring break to keep the momentum going. So that's a good thing to hear because everybody is sharing their responsibility. So that's good. And
Yes. Okay.
yeah, and Pranay, could you like elaborate on the point you put in? Like full stack team had a lot of user stories for this particular
Yeah,
sprint.
for this sprint, it was like 36 point and almost like around 28 or 26 points were like from full stack.
Yeah,
And despite having a lot of loads of work, but I think it was done like pretty good. It was completed solid.
yeah.
Just like there were some little things, but almost everything was completed like at a good pace.
Okay. Yeah. And Avinash mentions that the sync between the teammates has been well. So Avinash, were you able to learn anything new or something was helpful by gelling within the team?
Yes, absolutely, Ratan. Because good communication gives us proper work. So I think sync between our teammates are pretty good. So we achieve everything
Yeah.
irrespective of story points. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And KP mentions that the mailing system was perfectly set up. So most predominantly KP has worked on the mailing system. So I think I can speak a few words about it. So yeah, the mailing system was considered to be the one of the most predominant point in this particular sprint because we wanted the appointment system to be seamless and quite affluent. So I think that worked out well. So like guys, so you worked on ML side, right? So Murli, Uday, or Pranay, you guys have seen the demo about the mailing system and everything. Do you think that was perfect, or do you need any improvements or something
Yeah,
is
that
missing?
was actually pretty much good, actually, Ratan.
Hmm.
We just saw all the mails which we got, and we were seeing like
Hmm.
after the like after scheduling, rescheduling everything, the mails are perfect actually.
Okay. Yeah. So they mentions that the test cases organization has been done well. So Sai, can you say anything because you also worked on the testing part, right?
Yeah, the testing went really very well. We have tested everything, every user story.
So you want so you will to narrow down the user stories which were like did you fail any test cases? So what
Yeah, few test cases were I will fail, and then I'll get back to the KP and we
developers?
resolve. Yeah, we resolve that
Okay.
and then pass the test case.
Okay, okay. So for this particular sprint, it's quite like evident that the full stack team were doing well and the ML team were also uh, like doing and complementing the same. So that's a good thing to listen. So and so Murli mentions that better chatbot results have been obtained than the previous time. Murli, like you feel to say that?
Yeah, like last time the results are good, but those are not accurate and not relevant as much as we're getting now because
Okay.
after training of with more data sets, we're getting the better results and which are more relevant to the medical actually, rather than giving all the unnecessary data.
Okay. So Pranay, you too feel that like the chatbot has like
Yeah.
grown better.
Compared to the previous ones, which we were only using the models, just the pre-trained
Hmm.
models. Now we
Hmm.
have improved it by using like Rasa, and we have also implemented better implementation of the RAG. So now
Yeah.
the responses are good compared to the previous ones, and
Yeah.
we're also like trying to make it better, even better than that.
Yeah. So KP and Avinash, we haven't like being on the full stack side of the work, so we haven't been able to get a peek through into the like how things were going on the chatbot side and everything. So you have seen the demo, right? So what do you guys feel about this?
Compared to previous sprint, the accuracy was pretty good. We
Hmm.
have seen that in our sprint demo also. Anyway, and yeah, and the usage and UHIL, it was pretty accurate when compared to the previous sprints. I think if we little bit put more accuracy into it, we will
Yeah.
definitely get a good product out.
Yes. Yes. So KP, you want to add something like what went well? Anything more?
So with respect to like ML team, I've seen like their demo, and
Mm-hmm.
so in that like they actually did very pretty good job with respect to like previously they have done with the few of the images
Mm-hmm.
for lungs detection and some brain detection
Mm-hmm.
issues, but they have recently showed that like they have also done with some other parts of the body, and so
Yeah, lungs and everything.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, that is way good because
Mm-hmm.
I know like training the model will takes a lot of time and effort. Maybe we need to like maybe pace the things like in the
Mm-hmm.
like upcoming sprint, like we need to focus on MLA to be done proper way because it's like we have a lot amount of data which we need to train again.
Mm.
Yeah.
So coming to what did not go well actually, so Murli feels like that like we were able to test the ML models, but we were considering a small amount of data set, which might have actually affected the accuracy and the image predictions. So like Murli, like why do you think like this did not actually
Like we are
go well?
getting better results, but
Yeah.
coming to accuracy, those are not as accurate as when we compare to the reality.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we are lagging with little bit of accuracy over there. That's the reason I put out there actually.
Okay.
We just need more data sets so that we get the more accuracy and precision.
Right, right, right. Okay, understood.
Yeah, and one more point to add to that, the datasets that are present in the market or the
Mm.
open source ones, they generally contain like a sample data, which it's like not sufficient to train the image, but it's sufficient enough to produce a result. But
Yeah.
we are expecting more than that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So if we essentially if you are needed to get a better result, then the data set must also be a robust data set so that training can be done in a better way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So hello,
One
everyone.
more point adding to Pranay, it's like the last data sets consist of more amount of time for the training purpose. It also sometimes affects the accuracy. It might
Mm,
be it might be sometimes it affects the accuracy. Yeah, but we can take the robust data sets. Yeah, it might well work better. Let's see.
mm, yeah. And so Avinash mentions that like we were taking more points than our team's capacity. So anybody would want to speak on that?
I think that
Actually,
was happened because of the spring break, which we took break over there. Otherwise,
Mm,
I think we will be pretty much good with that.
yeah,
yeah.
I think they were normal points, but because some people just took spring breaks, we were not able to achieve the target.
Yeah, so that's a considerable point because there's a quite a bit of a gap in this particular sprint, and we were lagging behind a little bit. But yeah, but at the end of the day, like we were pretty good with the number of points we completed, but still we were
Yeah, we are
lagging.
almost close to that actually.
Yes, the team collaboration was good,
Yeah,
but still 20% we are lagging. But we completed most of the points. Right?
and so like yeah, the work was delayed, but we were good. So yeah, that's a good thing that we are actually recognizing the point that has resulted in this a little bit of a lag in our work. So that's a good thing to consider. And considering the previous test cases failure, so KP mentions that the test case failures has happened. So KP, anything you want to add?
So what's happening was, guys, when like something code got merged or something, like we have the checks when some code is actually merging, but somehow like if it is a critical error, we are actually merging it right away. So I know it's a critical error, we need to merge it, but we have to also check the like the test cases which were passing or not before
Hmm.
going to like the deployment stage. Why what
Yeah.
happened was like when you do that and somehow like the login functionality stopped working and
Yes.
people cannot use the basic functionality of the application and they'll start leaving our
Hmm.
platform as we are growing now.
Yeah.
So it's better to not to do that again and again. So maybe like you can just start test the things properly and then push it into to the main branch would be the better way.
So testing in itself, testing of the features in itself is not the only thing, but also when we make a particular push or any commit to the GitHub, so it also needs to like what do we say, like align with the
Align.
pipeline so that the everything and the changes are better tested and does not affect the any function or the way in which the code is pushed into the branch. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And the other point is that So like yeah, it's a main concern that we were not able to complete all our story points, and we recognize the one thing that has resulted in not completing of our story points. Do you guys feel that there's any other thing other than the breaks or something that we are not able to complete the story points? It's just that we were not able to have enough like days. So that's the only reason, or do you feel there might be any other reason? Anybody?
Yeah, I think only that's the reason.
Okay. So Pranay feels that despite the integration of new models, the efficiency was low. So Pranay, could you elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, it was part of like Sprint once retrospective video after the
Mm-hmm.
action item to be like we need to research for better medical
Medical.
models or like medical chatbots or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried new models, but it was like, and it's already mentioned, right? Like the data set is limited.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because of that, and with the very low data, we're unable
Mm-hmm.
to train the models, and the efficiency was like low, even with the new
Yeah.
models as well.
Okay, so the main concerns are that like even if the result is dependent on the models, it's also dependent on the data sets as well. So that
Mm.
if everything falls in place, like if you get a better model to train, if we tune it to our data sets, and also the data sets are robust enough so that we can get a viable output, then that's how we get a viable result, right? So few things are actually falling in place, but few things are not in right place at the moment. So I think we can work on that. We can consider that to be an action item, and so we can try to work on that. So that's a good thing to hear. But even though it's not thing that went well, but yeah, it's still good to listen because we need to ultimately rectify on that. So yeah, and
And, and one more thing,
yeah.
this keeping aside the spring breaks and everything, I think this sprint's points are a little bit difficult
Mm-hmm.
compared to the previous sprints.
Yeah.
So because of that, that is also a point that we should consider that we were not able to complete all the story points.
Yeah, I do feel so because like we were narrowing down on the points that are necessary for us in this particular sprint, but yeah, we were looking a far too ahead of ourselves and considering the integration part as well. So we thought we can do the integration as well, but it's a little bit tricky than we actually estimated it to be. So I do agree on that. So and yeah, KP, like we work on the full stack part and the integration stuff, right? So do you and Avinash have something to say about this, about the integration part in itself?
Yeah. So, pretty, like for suppose like we have taken like multiple points. Firstly, like
Mm,
consideration over here. Let's
mm,
take doctor profile or doctor availability. Availability is like very big complex thing
mm.
because you have to create the time slots. You have to create the so many stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, so for that point, we have actually allocated 5 points, but it
Mm,
isn't enough. It's actually requires like around 8 points or somewhat because
yeah.
that is actually having lot much of time and the emailing system is done pretty fast. It actually
Yep.
looks like 4 to 5 points kind of. Um, so we
So there
proceeded with
might be
the
actually some
uh,
lapses during the estimation of story points. There might be.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even with the connection with the ML team, uh,
Mm,
so that also actually took us, to understand how their API works and everything. We are actually right now integrating into our application,
mm.
but we haven't finished those points yet.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
we need to more cautious, like when we are taking with AL ML team. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, so we will be moving on to action items now. So do you guys have anything else to add upon this? So if you guys have anything, so you are free to say no, or else we can move to the action points.
Yeah, continue with the
I
action
think we
points,
can
Logan.
go with the action
Yeah.
items here.
So like based on the feedbacks and the things that have went well and did not go well, I feel these are the few action points that I need to put. Like you can add upon them as well. So the first action point would be like so I'm gonna say like regarding the testing and code push. Maybe I'd say pipeline Pipeline testing required. So I'll be doing like this. I'm gonna put a hash and say like put a dash and say like who is all this is related to. So I think pipeline testing in the sense it's not just the pushes we are doing, so it should actually pass through the pipeline, like the CI pipeline testing and everything should be done. So we need to make sure that each and every push or each and everything we do within the code has to be done in a particular manner so that the pipeline testing is properly done. So I think we can assign this to the entire team. So KP, do you feel so, or should we change this?
Yeah, this need to be assigned to everyone, and like there were actually two branches. One is like main, and one is like staging branch. So staging branch, like for now, like we'll go with the leads. So because of our main to staging branch, there is no access for the developers to actually merge the code.
Yeah.
So that will take care by lead and reminding everyone, like whoever wrote their code,
Mm.
make sure like it's actually passes with respect to testing. You can just run npm run cy.open, that will automatically run all the test cases. If it is passed, then you can push them out. That's it.
Yeah. So that gives us a better shape to the application even in the code wise as well.
Yeah.
So, and the second thing I would like to add is the estimation. So it's basically related to the number of points that we are giving to a particular user story. Sometimes we may not be able to actually estimate in a proper way. So I'd say better estimation, better estimation of story points. So I feel this is for the entire team as well. So
Yeah.
this is for the entire. So sorry, I think this. Okay, so this is for the. I don't know. There's a small issue with my estimation. Points. Team. Okay, so do you guys feel should I add anything else? I think like somebody actually mentioned like not in this particular call, but I think somebody felt like some mid-sprint reviews or mid-sprint meetings or knowledge sessions are required. So as a part of the team, I'm the scrum master, so it's my responsibility to schedule a particular mid-sprint review meetings and mid-sprint knowledge sharing sessions so that we can actually get in touch with the two domains of our particular project. So I'll be adding that. So I'll say mid-sprint review. Conduct a mid-sprint review and KT sessions. I say KT sessions. I think I'd say me, Scrum Master. Yeah, I'd say I'll be assigning this to me because it's my responsibility to make sure that I do so. And anything else, guys? So we can say out now. ML guys, do you feel like do you need to add any extra time for better searching the like what do you say the data sets and the ML algorithms? Do you have any action items for yourselves?
There's no particular action item because it's like when to improve the accuracy.
Yeah.
So for that, I don't think it's going to be an action item because it's like a regular task for us, like a user, it's a
Mm-hmm.
task for us. It's
Yeah,
a
that
part
should
of
be
user
regular
story.
tasks actually.
And
Yeah.
also like allocating the proper amount of points to them can give some time for them so that they can actually train their models very fast.
Yeah, that actually comes under the estimation of points.
Yeah,
So that's the same. Anything else? Anything more?
we
I
could.
think those are the main concerns, maybe.
Yeah, as far as this sprint is concerned, I think those are the main things. I think we have few lags in our spring breaks, so that's the thing, and estimation of story points. That's the two things I think we have missed on. Other than that, everything looks good. So yeah, I feel these are the action items. So anything to add on,
Maybe
guys?
one more we can add maybe.
Hmm.
We were not able to complete all the story points, and like one of the main reasons was because of string breaks or something. So we can strengthen our risk management, identify potential risks such as holidays or unplanned absences, and plan accordingly beforehand.
Yeah,
So
so
that can be
so that comes under planning, so better planning.
yeah,
So do better
risk management or something. Yeah.
the planning. So considering risks. So I think that's the team as well. So team. Oh, so yeah. So these are our action item, guys. Yeah. So everyone is okay with the action items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is our sprint two. So what went well and what did not go well, we actually know. And I think this sprint retrospective is quite what do I say, clear and open than the previous retrospectives, because we were able to narrow down our action items and the pointed out things on based on what did not go well. So that's a really good thing. And does anybody wants to add on anything, or else we are good to go? Yeah.
I think
We can
that's
complete
covered
it.
pretty much everything actually.
Okay then. Yeah. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.